Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Krista. I'm anointed with a message. I wasn't planning on coming back here, but I feel the Lord just pressing it upon my heart to make this video. And this is another kingdom marriage video. It's a very powerful and a serious one. And it ties in with another dream that I had. But I had this dream months ago. And it's so prophetic. It's so prophetic, and for so many people on this kingdom marriage journey. It's for so many people. So in the dream, I saw someone representing, a kingdom spouse, and I saw them looking at a piece of clothing, but it didn't fit them. And then I heard somebody in the dream telling them to go look at a different rack, like go over there, that's going to fit you, or look over there for what's going to fit you. And that's what I remember in the dream. Okay, so your spouse might try to look at someone else, but they will never fit, which represented that smaller piece of clothing. The other clothing on the other rack represents you. You fit them. You are their match. You are their upgrade. And this triggered another dream of mine that I had. When I was reflecting on this dream, I remember that I had a dream months and months ago, and this represents what happens when, not only when your spouse builds their life on sand, but when you build your life on sand. Okay? And in the dream, I'm going to try not to cry, but it's a serious message. So I saw someone representing my spouse, and they were trying to pick out, it looked like they were at a garage sale or something, and they were trying to pick out like a pair of snow pants or something, it didn't fit them. And then I go and I see them walking up some sand, and they were, and I was walking with them because I was watching what they were doing. I was watching them, and I was trying hard to crawl up this hill of sand, and I kept on falling, and then I see this person representing my kingdom spouse, and then they get to the top, and then there's this car at the top of the hill, and they ran them over. And in the dream, I remember that they had died, and this body was lifeless. I remember their eyes was just like lifeless. They didn't move. There was no life to their body. So this is why you need to stand for your spouse, okay? Because the enemy wants them to go the other way, to bring destruction to their life, okay? Nobody will match their life. Only you are. You are the only one that will match them. You are handpicked and tailor-made for them. No one else, anyone else will lead them to destruction. Okay? In the book of Matthew chapter 7, verse 24, it says, "Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house, yet it did not fall because it had its foundation on the rock. But everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell with a great crash." So that second dream that I had representing, the spouses building on sand and being led, to a counterfeit it leads to destruction, which is the great crash that happened in the dream. That person representing my spouse went to the top of that hill and then got crashed. The car crashed into them and they died. So do you understand? Do you understand? Do you understand what a calling this is? That you are called for a purpose. You were called for a purpose. You were given a promise from the Lord. And he needs you to take this seriously. He needs you to get back on your post. And he needs you to stand. Okay? Because there is an enemy that you and we can't see. And he's trying to come in between you and your spouse. But you need to protect your spouse through your prayers. Okay? And obey whatever the Father is asking you to do. Obey whatever he's asking you to do so that you can have breakthrough in your situation. All right? Because your prayers are protecting your spouse. Your spouse needs you. They need you. Okay? Because if you are not standing, you are leaving them completely and utterly vulnerable. You are leaving them very vulnerable. And the Lord has given me many revelations about this. That if I'm not standing and praying for that man, if you are not standing and praying for your spouse, you're leaving them vulnerable. Okay? And they need you. Their life depends on it. Their salvation depends on it. All right, so I hope that you really understand the seriousness of this message and that you get back on your post and you keep standing. Okay? See you next time.